Hey everybody, thanks for tuning back in. I guess we are back from Quitman, Mississippi. Nice little event. We had a good time as always. We do like it out in Quitman. I don't know what it is. I like the little town. Really like the event. But we're in the foundry working on an order of belt buckles. We got an order of 14 buckles going to a unit in Virginia, and I've already pounded this in the sand a couple times just to make sure there's no flaws on it. But we are running that buckle for them. So we'll have 14 of those coming, and then just filler buckles. Buckles that'll fill the holes in the website or on the in the sutlery. Going to run some of these Louisiana cartridge box plates as well with this particular run. So I don't know where y'all were fighting last weekend. Hopefully it was a good one for you. Like I say, we were in Mississippi. Florida had the Battle of Olustee going. We had a lot of friends over there too. Almost forgot to put the screw in. It was always good to see our friends out in Mississippi and Louisiana. I missed our friends in Florida. I wish those guys would listen to me and come west. We had a couple come out. They seem to like it, so hopefully maybe it'll become an annual trip for them. So anyway, buckles are in place in here, the buckle patterns. And now we're just setting the patterns and working the sand. It's all about pounding sand. If you've seen the other ones, you've seen me do this once or twice before. But y'all seem to like these buckle pounding videos, so figured I'd do another one. Besides that, maybe the guys in Virginia. Better waiting on these buckles. Thank you for waiting, by the way. Hopefully if they come across this video, they'll be tickled to know that I didn't just pilfer their money and run. I am working on your buckles as we speak. Little casting flaw right there. It's amazing how much the sand picks up. It doesn't take much to screw up one of these patterns. And then, like I say, if you get a little flaw like that, if that's on the face of a buckle, you'll see it. The sand does pick up everything. We reuse our sand as much as we can. It's an oil-based sand. We reuse it mostly because we're poor. It doesn't come inexpensive, just like everything else doesn't anymore. So we'll get this run done. Then I've got another run. I've got some orders for a few other buckles. I got to run a couple buckles out of white brass. So I'd have that in this mix, but this is all yellow brass. And between working the buckles, I need to get out in the wood shop a little bit and replace some of the things that we just sold. I need to stitch a little bit of leather. Busy man. We are getting ready for a 2-week run. We'll be heading to the Battle of Natural Bridge next, up in Tallahassee, Florida. Great battle, either on or right adjoining the original battlefield. It's on state land, so it'll always be there. Probably the prettiest Confederate monument in Florida is at Natural Bridge. It was kind of similar to the Field of Lost Shoes scenario with VMI cadets. They brought out the cadets from the seminary, I believe they called it, to fight that battle. Confederate victory, by the way. Then after that, we head out to Farmerville, Louisiana. So we'll be out for about 3 weeks. When we're out, we're not doing this. So if you're wondering if you got an order in, it's like, why does it take him so long to get that one little thing done? Well, if we're out in the field, serving the troops, because we're one of those sutlers that still does that. We don't just sit at home and wait for you to click and ship things. Although our website, go to our website, please. Our website does allow you to do that on a few of our items. We're continually trying to add more to it, but we are a sutler that still wants to see you out in the field. We're doing our best to serve your needs. I've got order of Brogans we just paid for shipping on, so hopefully that will be here this coming week. It's been a long time in coming for that. We got boots in not too long ago. If y'all see us on Facebook, which is where this is going first, you see that we did get the boots in. Nice boots. Same guy does our Brogans. We took a delivery of sky blue trousers today. So those were being inventoried. If you saw us at Biloxi at Fall Muster, you guys bought us out, which we appreciate. Everybody else this season has not. But the boys at Fall Muster, they really seem to like those sky blues because they went out the door fast. All right, we're just cutting out the patterns now, so when you drop them out of the sand, it doesn't take a bunch of sand with it and screw up the actual buckle below it. This Louisiana plate, I had to thicken it up a little bit with a piece of cardstock, so I don't know how well that's going to come out of the sand. It could be frustrating. And I don't know if I want to make this video last that long or not. I don't know if y'all would want to stick around for that. Oh, what the heck, we'll probably do it. We'll see. We'll see. All right. That's just about got that one. All right. So, looks like that at this point. Not very exciting. It's just the back of those patterns. A little bit of parting powder. This keeps the two halves of the pattern from sticking together. And also keeps the back of the patterns from sticking in the sand. When you get the two different moistures together, basically. There. That doesn't look bad. Other half of the pattern. Ooh, another imperfection. Don't want that in there. D'Arbonne Landing. We look forward to that. We went last year for the first time. They treated us really well. State of Louisiana, that park in Farmerville. They provided us with a cabin. Pretty nice incentive. We still have to bring the trailer, but it's nice to park it. And not have to live in it for a few days. It's a comfortable trailer to travel in. It's a long trailer to pull, 43 feet. If you've never seen our Sutler's trailer, we travel with a 43-foot trailer. We're basically the same size as a semi, just not the same height, but the same length. It's got living quarters in it. Comfortable trailer, but the house is much more comfortable. So we ran into Kevin Atkins. He's our host out there, 31st Louisiana. Sorry if I got that wrong, Kevin. I'm pretty sure that's who y'all are. I don't know what the company is. But we ran into Kevin at a reenactment and was saying, talking to him about calling the park and reserving a camping spot for us. When we were there last year, we picked out a couple spots that would work for us. And says, oh, no. I talked to the park yesterday. This is good, a few weeks ago now. So they're holding a cabin for you. So that's awesome. We got our friend Fry Bread, Pete, coming out. And we offered him the spare bedroom. So you'll have 2 Florida Sutlers in Louisiana here shortly. Got to serve the troops. Serve them where they need them. All right, we're just about done with this one. A little bit more pounding, not too much. It's probably hard on the ears. I apologize. If you think it's bad on yours, you should try it on my side. This sand, dirty, but it is really fine. I don't know how they measure that. I probably should. Again, our sand is a oil-based sand, so it kind of gets on everything. Sticky, but it sure makes a nice belt buckle. They come out rough, but easily polished. The cleaner the pattern comes out, the buckle comes out of the sand, the less work you've got to do on on the finishing end, so it gets out the door quicker and you can move on to something else. All right. So this, if you can see it, I don't know, get that light right. That's what the back looks like to start with. Let's see, let's put this one over here. Getting out of sequence trying to talk to y'all. Here's where we get the, I guess you'd call it the delicate work. It's not really real delicate, but start cutting into the sand, into the patterns. We're going to cut the pour hole, the sprue, for the brass to be poured in. That's what that is. And then we knock off this edge a little bit. And this, that's that piece that we locked in the pattern with. By taking that out just a little bit, it allows the brass to flow unrestricted. And there's more to that, and we'll get to that in just a second. I need to switch and put on my old man eyes here. Because hard to believe, I'm an old man. We had an interesting morning. Like I said, we got back yesterday from Quitman, but this morning we went to a reinterment of a Confederate veteran. Let's see, got to think about this one for a second. He and his wife, unfortunately, their farm back in 1880, let's say the 1880s. He was a Georgia veteran, by the way. His farm here in Sumterville, well, now with the growth in Florida, his farm is the seat of a highway. And unfortunately for the couple, they're expanding that highway. So we were there to help reinter him and his wife this morning. We got back in time, so that was good. We knew it was going to happen. I wasn't sure if we'd make it back. I was really pushing, hoping for the best. But we did get back in time, so we made that this morning. If anybody got some videos or pictures, I'll post those later. There was actually several news agencies, so that was kind of nice. We are putting in the 3 prongs for the belt buckle, 2 prongs for the box plate. Right now is what I'm doing. These also will become the vents. When you're pouring in the brass, you'll have trapped air, of course, and gases from the heat. So you've got to cut or pull or pinch or push some little holes through. This is basically just a funnel. Again, it's the sprue. This is where the hot brass will be poured into this pattern. It's just, like I say, it's just cutting a funnel in the dirt, basically. I don't know how it works. I'm not a scientist, but it's amazing. You know, if you got a little bit of loose dirt in here, you think it would screw up the buckle, but it doesn't seem to. You know, I usually work pretty diligently on not letting that happen, but I haven't had one messed up because it's, you know, a bunch of sand has gotten in the way. All right, let me take this little wire and I push that through those prong holes that we just, or those prongs I should say, but prong holes here that we just pushed through. And I like to dish out just a little bit behind it. This is because we do a number of these at a time and I stack them on top of each other until their turn comes to have the brass poured into them. So I figure if this, I've cut this little air pocket here, the pattern that sits on top of it won't close up my vent hole and will allow the brass to flow freely. Same thing on the belt buckle. That was the box plate. Now the Pelican, Louisiana Pelican box plate, we haven't done any of those yet. Like I say, that's why I beefed up that pattern a little bit, make it a little bit wider. It's a pretty thin pattern. So I'm hoping that'll make it a little bit more substantial buckle. But I've got one going to my friend Blake. He's going to chuckle when he hears this. He wants me to build him a radio strap for the fire department. I haven't forgotten about it, Blake. I'm getting there, buddy. He said he wants one of these box plates on it. So I'm working towards that. I'm working towards that. Is that all of them? Yeah. All right, so that's that one in a nutshell. Now we got to cut in the channels to pour to the belt buckles. These are called gates. So we're cutting in the gates. And this is where the brass will pour from the sprue, or flow from the sprue rather, into the patterns. Now these single buckles, they go fairly quickly as far as putting them in the sand. When you start getting into the spoon wreaths and the two pieces, there's a lot more to cut in, and it takes a lot more time. A lot more effort involved in them. They're kind of a pain in the butt. I sure do like them when they come out of the sand though. Alright, so that's the initial channels, gates. Now let's see if we can pop these out of the sand, and if we just wasted your time and mine. Ooh, either one's gonna come out. Gotta give them a little help. There comes the Pelican. Set it off to the side. Now for the Virginia plate. Oh, I just think those came out nice. They look good. I'll give you just a quick look. I don't know how much you could see. Got to clean that up just a little bit more so the brass will flow. Oops, almost dropped that piece. Just got to clean up that flow path a little bit. Because if there's anything in the way, that brass will stop flowing. It will not push it out of the way. Which always kind of surprises me. You'd think with the pressure of it being poured and the heat that it would build enough pressure to kind of clear a path of some of this stuff, but it really does not do that. At least it hasn't in my foundry. Now again, you can find these at www.tophatsutlery.com or at one of our reenactments. Again, Natural Bridge coming up. Darbone Landing coming up. We're talking about maybe doing Port Hudson. I don't know. They hit us with a pretty big offer of fee payment. So I don't know where we're going yet. If we're going to do that or not. It's possibly there. Of course, we do Pleasant Hill, Louisiana. We're actually coming down to the wire for the end of our season already. Won't be much longer. We get off the road in April. We shut down for the summer. We've got a place up in Maine. We host a reenactment up there. All right. There. I think that's it. So we shut down and we'll be back open in October. So hopefully, I don't know if you can see that or not. I can't really tell. Move it around a little bit so you can get an idea, gist of it. But that's buckle making 101. That's pretty much the whole process from start to finish, short of pouring. All right, y'all be safe. We'll see you on the road. Hopefully we'll see you at one of those reenactments. If you need us, you know how to find us. www.tophatsutlery.com or give me a call, 239-450-1121. Thanks, y'all. Bye.